Juanito. Hey, Mariana.
Hi, I'm Mariana.
Hi, I'm Majo. And I am Pamela, and this is Prepa Tech Santa Anita, and we're gonna show you how we celebrate the Day of the Dead here in Mexico.
During the pre-Hispanic time, the origin of the tradition of Dia de Muertos were long before the arrival of the Spanish to America. Dying was the start of the trip to the Mictlan, reign of death, or known as the underworld, also named Xiaomayan. This trip lasts 4 days, and when you reach your destiny, you have to give a present to Mictlan, the Mister of the Dead, and the Mictezacihuatl. Misters. During this time, it was common to keep the skulls during a ceremony or rituals that symbolize death and renaissance.
In the 16th century, after the Mexican conquer, some kind of fear towards the idea of death began to spread because of Christianism. You could see the mix of the new and the old world ideas. In order for this to happen, the Christian evangelization had to accept the beliefs of the natives. So the new Catholicism was composed of pre-Hispanic and Catholic religions. In this era, people began to celebrate the Dia de los Fieles Difuntos, or in other words, the ancient Dia de Muertos.
In the actual time, the syncretism between the custom of Spanish and natives originated what today is Dia de Muertos. Mexico, being pluricultural and plurithnic, is adding each time different significates according to the native village or social group that practices it. The pure essence of this celebration is with the native communities. Dia de Muertos celebrates on November 1st and 2nd. November 1st we celebrate the children, and the 2nd we celebrate the adults.
Did you know that there are 3 types of altars? But first you need to know that an altar is composed by levels. There are like steps in stairs. So the first type of altar is the one that has 2 levels. These ones represent the earth and heaven. Then the second type of altar is the one that has 3 levels. Here they represent the space between earth and heaven. That is where souls can be. Then the third type of altar is the one with 7 levels. This one represents all the steps required for a soul to reach heaven and rest in peace.
Okay, so maybe you're wondering which are the elements that make up a real Mexican and traditional altar de muertos. First of all, you need the image of the deceased, and this honors the highest part of the altar, and you can put a mirror in front of it so the deceased can only see the reflection of his relatives. After that, you will need the cross, which is a symbol introduced by the Spanish evangelizers in order to incorporate the Catholicism to tradition as deeply rooted among the natives as the veneration of death. This can be sometimes made out of salt or ashes. Then it comes the image of the souls of the purgatory. In case the spirit of death is in purgatory, it facilitates its departure. Then you would need copal and incense, which cleans and purifies the energy of the places, and also the incense sanctifies the environment. Then it comes the ark, which is sometimes made up of limonarias or cempasúchil flowers. This symbolizes the entrance to the world of the dead. After that, it comes the colorful confetti, which is a representation of the joy of the day of death, or as a representation, it also functions as the representation of the wind. Then it comes the candles, which are guiding light in this world, and also it helps to create a path to the dead people or the souls to reach the altar. And they can be purple and white, and they signify mourning and purity, respectively. Also, you need water, so it reflects the purity of the souls and the continuous sky of the regeneration of light and sowing. Also, the glass of water serves for the spirit to mitigate their thirst, because of their long trips. Also, you need flowers, which are mostly cempasúchil flowers, and they are really traditional because they only bloom in this time of the year. And also, they serve as a guide to the spirits in this world because of its aroma. Then it comes the calaveritas. They can be made out of sugar or clay, and they are like an allusion to that, and they have like colored ornaments, so they are colorful and joyful, such as the Day of Death. Then it comes the food, which is the traditional food here in Mexico, or that was liked by the deceased, and it can be like edible real food, or it can be made miniature little figures made out of barro, which is a kind of clay thing. And then comes my favorite part, which is bread, and this was added by the Spanish evangelizers, and it has a form of the dead of Pascuaro, or a round dome, and it is adorned by like a cross or little things that figures bones, and this is a solution of a cross, and it is sprinkled with sugar and some anise. Then you can have some alcoholic drinks or some personal items. The personal items serves to the spirit, helps the spirit to remember the moments of his life, and in case of some little kids, their favorite toys are used.
The importance of altares and Dia de Muertos in Mexico. Traditions like these are important as they are part of our history and what truly defines us as a nation. Altares portray the mixture of two different cultures and how they merge together. We use this tradition to express how we feel about our relatives or other people and let them know that whether they are here present or not, that we will never forget about them.
Dia de Muertos celebrate death as part of the human experience. Tradition holds that death is represented with sadness and grieving, but festivals such as these ones honor them with joy and laughter. Part of Dia de Muertos is going to the graveyards to honor and decorate the graves of our loved ones. For adults, we use orange marigolds, and for children, we usually use white orchids.
Time of the year, my family gathers together at my grandma's house, and we eat traditional Mexican food, and we remember all our beloved ones that are gone.
Well, so usually I celebrate the Day of the Dead by going to the graveyard and put some flowers on the graves of my dead relatives. And in this time of the year, me and my family, we eat some pan de muerto and hot chocolate, which I love it. And also, sometimes I like to celebrate Halloween also, and I get dressed as a Catrina, which is a Mexican character of the Day of the Dead, and that's how I celebrate this time of the year.
In the Day of the Dead, I usually go to the graveyard to visit the graves of my dead relatives. And well, I eat tamales and hot chocolate that usually my grandma makes. But one thing that we wanted to tell you is that we usually, like our families, don't do the altares. We like in our schools or in a festivity, we do altares for famous people like Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo that were so important for us.
My conclusion is that most Mexicans celebrate Dia de Muertos, and it's like a very famous celebration here in Mexico because we represent someone who is not now with us, and we celebrate him in a good way that we can remember him or her. And I celebrate Dia de Muertos with an altar and all things that the altar has, like the picture, the pan de muerto, the flowers of cempasúchil. And I like to do that celebration because I know that that person is a little in contact with us and a little closer with us.
I celebrate Dia de Muertos by gathering with my family, and we all eat pan de muertos and we drink hot chocolate. But this year I'm going to church to pray for my grandpa that just died a year ago.